All right, guys, so with skyrocketing crime and violence going on across the country, especially in these Democrat-run cities, cities like Chicago, led by Democrat Mayor Lori Lightfoot, you would think that some of these people who are running these cities would find themselves in a position where they can't necessarily push mandates on certain people, right? Certain employees that happen to be fighting crime and trying to prevent this crime, okay? Because, if they don't necessarily agree with this mandate, then you may find yourself short-staffed of people who are there to help fight crime, right? In cities where crime is rising exponentially, right? Cities like Chicago, where there's basically a mass shooting every single weekend. However, the left ignores that because more than likely, the people that are committing these horrible acts of violence don't fit the right description, right? They don't fit the right description, so it gets ignored. Okay, now the city of Chicago, along with Lori Lightfoot, is in a huge legal battle right now with the Fraternal Order Police in Chicago regarding the vaccine mandate for the Chicago Police Department. As the Fraternal Order Police, they're against the mandate. However, the city and the police department has implemented this mandate, and there are thousands of officers who have not yet complied with just the reporting requirements, right? In regards to telling them, hey, are you vaccinated, right? Because they're against the mandate. Now, the deadline to report your status was, I think, last Friday. And what happens is that you have to report your status, and if you're not vaccinated, then you have to undergo testing or get vaccinated or try to get some type of exemption until December 31st. But after December 31st, then you have to be vaccinated or have some type of exemption. So this mandate right here is putting a lot of officers' jobs and careers at risk, right? As we have thousands of officers that are potentially going to be stripped of their police powers if they do not follow these rules. So I want to talk about this because Lori Lightfoot is probably one of the biggest hypocrites in the Democrat Party, and I must call her out. But before we get into that, I got to give my disclaimer here. I'm not making any claims about the virus, the vaccine, the pandemic, mask. I'm not making claims about anything whatsoever. If you have any questions about any of that stuff, please consult your doctor. Please consult your medical professional. Again, I'm not making any claims about anything whatsoever. This is purely about public policy and public policy only. Consult your doctor if you have questions. So without further ado, let's roll the clip so you guys get an idea of the ongoing battle between Lori Lightfoot and the Police Union of Chicago. Take a look.
Now to the CBT vaccine mandate showdown. New numbers are coming in as the Chicago Police Department counts how many officers were stripped of power because they didn't report their vaccine status. CBS 2 political reporter Dana Kosloff is live outside CPD headquarters where non-compliant officers have been lining up all day. Dana.
Yeah, Erica, they have been summoned here all day for an opportunity to report their vaccination status. According to the city's number, more than 4,000 Chicago Police Department employees have not complied with that reporting mandate, again raising some concerns about whether there'll be enough officers to police the streets. Inside Chicago Police headquarters, an all-day process still underway. Officers who haven't reported their COVID vaccination status to the city as required asked to comply. If they still refuse, on to another room for one last chance.
If you refuse to comply with the portal, they are immediately stripping you of your police powers, taking your star, taking your ID.
And handed a form like this one, the official notification police powers have been stripped.
My understanding is a very small number, even after given those opportunities, are not doing it.
According to the mayor's office, just over 64% of CPD employees reported their vaccination status by Friday's midnight deadline, the lowest percentage of all city departments, meaning 4,543 CPD employees have yet to comply with the mandate, but it's still unclear how many of those employees are officers who may soon be off the street. And it comes days after Police Union President John Catanzara told officers to refuse to comply. What concerns do you have about how this might impact public safety? I asked the mayor, who deflected.
I don't engage in a lot of hypotheticals. Obviously, we have contingency plans.
Stripping officers of police powers could exacerbate what some say is already a critical police shortage in the city, something we reported earlier this month.
People don't want to be the police. The police don't want to be the police.
But the union's president isn't backing down.
But lastly, all I'm going to say is hold the line if you can hold the line.
Union officials say this dispute is really about the city's failure to negotiate the issue. The mayor denies that, and it's all up to the courts right now. And as far as the no pay status, Mayor Lightfoot says it will apply to all city employees who do not report their vaccination status. I'm live outside Chicago Police Department headquarters. Dana Kozlov, CBS 2 News. Erica.
Dana, thank you.
All right, so you seen that, you heard that. Now, Miss Lightfoot here, when asked about, well, what do you think is going to happen if we lose thousands of officers in your city, right? A city like Chicago. Well, I don't want to get into hypotheticals, right? She don't want to get into hypotheticals. However, Miss Lori Lightfoot did want to accuse the president of the Fraternal Order of Police of essentially inciting a insurrection because of their opposition to the vaccine mandate. Take a look.
So you asked the question of why the lawsuit. Because we believe that the FOP leadership is trying to foment an illegal work stoppage strike, pure and simple. We've laid that out in the materials, and we're not having that. The contract is clear and it's been known for a long time. The police unions are not authorized to strike. It's in their collective bargaining agreement. It's a matter of state law. What we've seen from the Fraternal Order of Police, and particularly the leadership, is a lot of misinformation, a lot of half-truths, and frankly flat-out lies in order to induce an insurrection. And we're not having that.
Inciting an insurrection, huh? Oh my God, you cannot make this stuff up. She's accusing the police union chief of inciting an insurrection simply for doing what unions do, right? Which is stand up for the people they represent. But, you know, I got some questions for Lori. Because while she's accusing him of inciting an insurrection, just a few days ago, she was stupid enough to post a picture of her in a sea of people who are all wearing masks at a WNBA game in which she's the only person there that's not wearing a mask. Take a look at this photo, guys. Look at this picture of Lori Lightfoot, right? Just a few days ago, before she went out here and accused the police union chief of inciting an insurrection over a vaccine mandate. She can't even follow her own damn mandate, right? And there's a picture of her in a crowd of people, and she's the only one that's maskless. The only one. Now, some people on Twitter try to defend her and say, well, I was there the whole time, and she was wearing her mask. She just took it off for the picture. Wait, so apparently the virus responds to whether or not people are taking pictures? I don't think that's how the virus works. She should have wore it the whole time. But she took it off, right? And a sea of people who were also in the picture that didn't think it was okay to take it off, to take a picture. And this ain't the only time, this ain't the first time that she's been caught violating her own damn mandates. So while she violates her own mandates, she wants to sit in a position to act high and mighty, like she's holier than thou, expecting other people to comply with a mandate that she can't even comply with. And that's what kills me about these Democrats. It's always rules for thee, never for me. And I don't understand for the life of me, how in the world do you live in a city with these buffoons that you've elected and you think that what they're doing is okay? It's okay for them to violate their own rules while at the same time trying to impose these rules on other people to follow and punish people and strip people of their careers and their livelihoods for not following the rules that they can't even follow, right? It's one thing to have rules in place and then for your elected officials to actually follow the rules, right? But it's another to have rules in place and then the elected officials that put the rules in place, they don't have to follow them. Again, that's my problem. And so it blows my mind how these people are still in office, right? It really does. And also what blows my mind is how these Democrats all of a sudden have become anti-union, right? It's so funny how that works. Democrats are supposed to be pro-union. They're supposed to be pro-workers' rights. But now all of a sudden when it comes to these unions having issues with these vaccine mandates, oh man, Democrats solid. Nothing to see here, right? Nothing to see here. These people are trying to incite an insurrection, right? They're not fighting for workers' rights. They're insurrectionists simply because you disagree with the Democrats. Simply because you disagree with the Democrats. Again, I'm telling you, this is how the game works. And it blows my mind. It blows my mind that somebody like Lori Lightfoot is able to be elected in this country, right? How these Democrats continue to get away with this. I mean, Gavin Newsom in California. Dude openly defied his own mandates. Dude has ran that state into the ground. And then, lo and behold, election season comes around, right? For them to get rid of the guy. They vote for him anyways. They keep him in office. But hey, I guess this is what they sign up for, right? This is what they sign up for. If they want to live under this, if they want to live in a city, particularly Chicago, that has such high crime and violence, and they want to lose all their police officers over this, hey, you voted for it. This is what you voted for. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.